Hi, everyone. Welcome to Women Wednesdays with me, Pam, your host. Today, I'm excited to bring on a wonderful guest. Her name is Elyse Iwashika, and she is the VP Relationship Manager with Pacific Premier Bank. And with that in mind, we're going to turn it over to her. Thank you, Elyse, for coming on. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, let's jump into it. So if you're just getting started into this and in your area, Elyse, with banking, what do you recommend? Where can people start?
For banking, it's just getting out there and getting to know people in the field that you're looking to get involved in and ask those questions of, how they got involved and what they could give you as far as advice on to get your foot into the door into commercial banking.
Got it. Well, thanks for sharing that. Well, let's kind of do a deeper dive just because I've known you for a while now, and I think you have a beautiful story to share with everyone. Can you share with us your background, how you got into banking in the first place?
Yeah, I got into baking because the current job I was at was retail. I was a manager for Macy's. And I was just tired of working long hours, weekends, and taking time away from my family. So my brother was in banking and he said, why don't you just apply and see what happens? So I applied and got my foot in the door and I started in retail banking, which is the branches face to face with customers every day. And it worked out well. I started working with business owners and I found that that was my niche and what my passion was to help business owners grow. So I made a connection with an existing relationship manager at the bank and kind of shadowed her. And that's how I got into commercial banking.
Oh, wonderful. So you found a mentor, someone who
Correct.
can kind of help show you the way, and she mentored you into your current role today.
Yes. So it worked out well. She did really well in her position. And luckily, my manager at the time for the branch was very supportive in my transition. And so once a position came open to be into commercial banking, I applied, and that's how I got my foot in the door. And it's a completely different experience than retail banking. Commercial banking, you're dealing with high level customers and affluent customers who have been owning their business for such a long time that they want an experienced knowledge banker. And so getting your foot into that position and understanding the businesses and what they're looking for is really completely different than retail banking.
What a beautiful story you have to share with us. So, Elyse, can you share what strategies you have, kind of come to or to utilize in growing your network? Because I understand in your current role, it's all about your relationships with owners, with people from all sorts of backgrounds. So, what sort of strategies do you have in place that you can share with us?
Yeah, being a relationship manager, you are what the title says. You're building the relationship and you're holding on to it. So you really have to understand the business that you're in and understand the business owners that you are held accountable for. So getting to know the business of what they do, the industry, and then getting to know them on a personal level, if they have a family and asking those personal questions so that they feel that you're just not using them as a number, that you actually value their relationship. So, you really have to just do your research a little bit. And if you get a portfolio of customers, go through each customer and research the business before you make the call and find a little bit about the industry. If it's medical, if it's industrial, find out what's going on in the industry. So when you have that conversation with the business owner, you sound more educated and, they'll value that.
That is great right there. Those are some great tips. Now, I'm a firm believer of learning from mistakes because we all stumble along the way, right? So, can you share one of your, I guess, one of your biggest mistakes that you learned early on in your career that you want to help others save time on?
You will stumble along the way every day. Commercial real estate and banking changes, all the time. Just making sure that again you do your research. Sometimes I'll go into meetings. I've gone into a meeting and I didn't prep well enough. So they did ask some questions, and I'm like, what, let me get back to you on that because I can't answer that right now. So we'll never have all the answers right away, but just getting your research done sooner than later. But I mean, sometimes we all procrastinate, but I've learned that the more you're prepared before a meeting, then the better success you'll have afterwards.
That is so very true. You always need to do your homework up front, right?
Yeah.
And so, just thinking about your role as a relationship manager, what excites you the most about your job? What has been kind of like something that's unique and exciting to your role that others may not know about in the banking industry?
That one was it's more personable, I guess. So having a business owner and seeing their business, start like a baby and then grow and then graduate into the, next level is really rewarding for me. And being able to answer their questions and hold their hand through the process and help them get the building that they've been wanting for years and expand and grow and hire extra employees and hire and get more inventory. So that's something for me personally that I thrive on and I like. So I really like helping business owners grow their business if it's from working capital, purchasing a building, purchasing equipment, or just managing their banking relationship.
So it's not a one-time transaction, you would say, right? You're kind of part of their lives through their big business strategy decisions, and you kind of grow to become a family. Is that kind of
Correct.
correct? Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. You expand your
Yeah,
family and your community that way.
exactly. And it's nice to drive around, where you live and say, hey, I helped them, or oh, I know that person, or I know that building. So I'll drive around with my son and I'm like, oh, do you know who this business is? And he's like, no. So, that's always fun.
Oh, that's very beautiful. Well, that concludes our business portion. So let's do the fun round and getting to know you more here. So these are going to be quick, fast questions. So here we go. Favorite color,
Red,
favorite place,
New York.
favorite movie.
Well, don't go to New York now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't go now.
Just kidding. Favorite movie, that's a tough one because I love movies. So either Pride and Prejudice or Pretty Woman.
Ooh, those are fun ones. Favorite food,
Gosh, that's hard too. Probably Asian food. So Chinese food, Thai food, Korean food.
yummy. Favorite drink,
Alcoholic or not? No, just
whatever
kidding.
you want to put out there.
Just kidding. Starbucks green tea.
Favorite dessert.
Oh, I love desserts, so that's hard. Donuts. Do donuts count as desserts or
Yeah,
is
I
that
think so.
breakfast?
Well, they're sweet and they're yummy, so I'll count them.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday.
So Christmas is always my favorite.
Favorite hobby.
Favorite hobby? Well, it's personally my hobby, so I do makeup for weddings and special events.
So I've gotten to know Elyse on a personal level, and I have to say she does very beautiful makeup. So if you need her help out there, don't forget to reach out to her. That's her other side hustle that she does a great job at. All right, Elyse. So how do you like to learn? Through podcasts, audiobooks, or YouTube?
Oh, podcasts are really good. Yeah.
Coffee or tea? Actually, I already know the answer to
Tea.
this.
I don't drink coffee, I know.
So would you prefer to wear flats, heels, or sneakers?
Heels,
Dress or pants?
dress,
Desert, ocean, or mountain?
mountain. That's
What
a
do you
good
like to do in
question.
your spare time?
Eat.
Can you share something about you that most people don't know about you?
This is always fun. I always like to share. I don't know if you know it or not, but I was adopted. So my mom is Scottish Irish and my dad is Japanese. So I have a Japanese last name, but I'm actually Korean.
That is such a neat fact about you.
Yeah,
Do you carry any good luck charms or have any?
no.
What are you most proud of?
I am most proud of my son. He's doing very well with this whole pandemic and he always tries his best and I always teach him never to give up.
Great. What do you like to do with your son?
We like to go to different places. Before the pandemic, we would try to go on vacation to a different state every year. So travel, and then we like to go to different restaurants.
Now, in in our case right now, since we're kind of still bunkered down, what have you two creatively come up with that works with you two for mother and son time?
We like to watch movies. There hasn't been any really good movies per se for us that has come out, but before we would always try to get like a movie night and hang out, just him and I, and watch movies.
That's very sweet. All right. Well, we're coming down to an end here. Are there any final words that you want to share to all the emerging leaders out there listening, specifically, women who are just trying to figure out what they want to do in life and they're not sure where to go? Any final words here?
You know, look for organizations to join and be involved as much as you can. So personally, I am part of Commercial Real Estate Women Inland Empire, and I sit on the board. And there's so many different industries involved into crew that I think anybody's coming out and wanting to get involved should join some type of organization within their field or their niche and ask questions and kind of find maybe a somebody to shadow and ask those questions to. That way you can kind of get a feel of what you'd like to do before you maybe apply for that position or, start that job. And just get involved as much as you can and try to attend as many virtual networking events or even in-person events that you can.
Well, thank you so much for those final nuggets of wisdom here, Elyse. Once again, it's always a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for jumping on. And for those out there listening, if you want to reach out to Elyse, we'll put her information in the description. And she is the VP Relationship Manager with Pacific Premier Bank. So if you have any questions about the lending industry and just want to learn more, she'd love to help answer those questions. All right. Well, my time is up today. Elyse, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Pam. It's always nice seeing you.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.